Mr. Old School Rider coming back at you one more time. I'm showing off my other steering column from my Oldsmobile 98. I had a tan one, I still got it, but since all my interior pieces that I got off another car is actually going to be dark brown, so I went ahead and put off another one off of 87. I think it was a DeVille, Fleetwood, same car, big Cadillac. The column was red. I had my guy to go through it and make sure everything is working on the guts and things like that. And also, I needed the key because you can turn this without the steering wheel wouldn't lock anyway. We just the key would you can turn the key without the key. I mean key the switch without the key. So I went ahead and got my guy put me actually it was a General Motors. He do buy a lot of parts in bulk. Some old dealer stock. This is a real GM key. Also, these some of the other pieces that I bought like a while back. Yes, my storage room, living room. It's still the parts are going, the pieces going down as I put them on day by day. I didn't have time to try to do videos on everything. I'm doing this on a cell phone. This is your typical billet steering wheel handle. I mean steering column shifter hammer that you see on a Ford. I mean on the Chevys or the GM. I really haven't seen them in the Oldsmobile too often. I want a little bling on it, but I don't want to do all them flames and all that crazy stuff on it. It's just a little something on here. Also, this is the turns. I mean, this also the tilt handle, the emergency flasher. On these, the AZGM got the plastic right here. You got to take that off. You got to go without it. It still works just fine. You can't really tell it's at the bottom anyway. It blends in. The one thing that's going to trip people up is the turn signal handle. I know on the 80s and up GM got the cruise control, washer, switch and everything built into it. You gotta be careful on that. If you're not going to use your cruise control or you're going to delete your wipers. I like my brother. He's a rider. His Delta 88 is kind of like a rat rod. He got to drop down low pretty good. It's a pretty good look on it actually. He haven't been using windshield wipers for years. He deleted those actually. That Rain-X stuff is actually it does work. Since he does detail cars on the side, he puts it on there real good when it rains. I roll with him. When it rains, it just bees up real good. So I convinced him to go. I bought him a kit for his car as well. So we went ahead and took out the old one, put one of these on his car, got it cleaned up a little bit. Came out pretty good. On my 1980 Oldsmobile 98, my windshield wipers was actually on the dash part of it. It's on this part right here. It goes right here. It's where my windshield wiper is located. So I don't have to worry about the switch. The concern was cruise control. My cruise control runs off a vacuum since it's a 80. On anything else like 80 above, cruise control and everything else is on there. Everything is built into the handle. I do have a switch right here just to flip it on, but I don't have all the other stuff that's on there. So what I'm gonna end up doing, I'm gonna relocate that on the dash somewhere, or just make it like a switch, run a wire somewhere on the dash. I can just pop it real quick and it'll be just fine. The thing I'm very proud of is actually my steering wheel adapter for the telescope. I know most people don't even go this far to do it on Cadillacs or anything that has a telescope for a GM because it's a cost, and some people don't want to do all the extra stuff on there. Me, hey, I want to be a little bit different sometimes. I bought this off of eBay for $64.99 if I'm not mistaken. The thing you need to look out for on the telescope adapters, this will probably discourage some people. I don't want a Cadillac steering wheel on the Oldsmobile. Hey, I probably could put a sticker on there, but nah. On the factory one, you got the bracket right here in the middle for the hold the steering wheel and everything else onto it. Of course, on the factory one, you got another piece of plastic that goes behind and everything connects together so it can slide out. I thought about rewrapping it in leather. I'm like, man, everybody does that, rewrap it or paint it, and still have the Cadillac symbol on there. I wasn't able to find no Oldsmobile telescope. It came off. What is that Oldsmobile car? It's a rear wheel drive. It's the same thing as the re, hold on, the L dog or whatnot or whatever. But on the aftermarket telescope, you don't have a bracket in the middle at all. You're mounting these two pieces together. There's actually two screws on the back. I went to the hardware store, find me two screws that's going to fit on here in the back. Make sure you get some washers. You can do it without washers, but me, I want to make sure I don't have to go back into it. I put a bit of Loctite on it. I think it might have been blue or red. I'm not even remember the color. But the thing that's going to trip people up again is the adjuster handle. On the factory Cadillacs, Buicks, or Oldsmobile, they came with a telescope. You see, I broke this one. This is the original, the adjuster. It goes into the hole, but when you try to mount it up, it's gonna once everything's screwed up, it's gonna hit against the adapter. You're gonna scratch it. You try to on this old pop metal. This stuff is you can't bend it too much. Probably should have put some heat on it, but I had to actually flatten it. I was trying to flatten it up and make it straight, but I ended up breaking it. So what I did, in my mind, I pretty much know these GM vehicles and everything else off the top of my head. So find you let me find it. Oh yeah, don't forget if you're doing an aftermarket telescope adapter, make sure you put the spring on the back of the adapter so the horn can actually work. I don't rig. What I thought about it is what I pretty much know. You can get these off the Cadillac cinnamon. Oh my God, I can't even say the word, but oh well. But hey, I got this off for '89 Eldorado. It's the front wheel drive Cadillac, the other ugliest one with the T in the middle of the steering wheel. I knew this was gonna fit on here because it's flat the way that I need it. You really don't even have to bend it that much. I popped it on here. I know it's gonna be a little bit. I know the handle's gonna be a little bit taller than the other, but I'm actually able to bolt this on. I already done it. You can actually lock it. I don't know if I'm going to paint it or I'm going to polish it, but I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do. But you can actually bolt this back on here and voila, you got a telescope. Like I said before, got them, coach. '89 Eldorado or any late model, any '80s, late '80s to like early '90s Cadillac with the T steering steering wheel, the ugly steering wheel. This will fit on your aftermarket telescope. Make sure you get all the screws. The centerpiece that goes on, I had to put some epoxy on it. I broke it. This is the one on the original '87 column. Make sure you use this. If you use the other one, it's going to be a different. It's going to have a standard pitch thread on it. It's not going to work. You need a metric. This is the metric. Still gonna bolt up the same like anything else. I'm probably gonna end up having to find me another '80s Cadillac thing on here. I know it's not gonna come off. I already had it set for hours already. But just me. I want everything perfect almost. It's just a pet peeve. Ain't nobody even gonna see it. But other than that, got it. See that? Gotta use your head sometime. You gotta get out there and do it, man. Can't pay these people to think for you. They go overcharge you. When you sell it, you can't get nothing out of it. Old school rider out of here. Deuces.